Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, in the last lecture, we have discussed about left limit and right limit of function. Okay. So, there, what is left limit? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
What is left limit?
We can say that for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta greater than 0, such that a minus delta greater than x greater than a, where fx minus l less than epsilon. Then we can say that left limit, function left limit.
Right. So, this was the thing that we have seen in the last lecture. Recall that f of c minus is equal to limit x tends to c minus. You may also write here a minus. Okay. Fx equal to L if and only if such that whenever your x is okay. Second thing is this f of c plus we denote it by c here I should write just c, not c plus delta. Okay, and this is from c to c plus delta. So this is known as right limit and this is known as left limit. We are approaching point C from left. So this is the picture. Let me take this point is C. C minus delta. So if we are approaching point C from this side, then it is known as left limit, and if we approach point C from right side, then it is known as right limit. Also, we have seen some examples. Now let me put one example of right limit. Prove that limit x tends to 0 plus x square upon 5x plus mod x is equal to 0. Now so here note that what is our fx? Fx is nothing but x square upon 5x plus mod x, and L is 0. Now I want to show that limit x tends to 0 plus this limit is 0. So from where I should begin? From epsilon. Okay, we want to find delta greater than 0 such that whenever this is a right limit and this is 0, so C is 0. Okay, so 0 less than x less than 0 plus delta, that is delta, implies fx minus L, that is 0, this is less than epsilon. I want to find out delta so that this is true. So obviously value of delta depends on our taken epsilon. Okay, now let's begin with this. X square okay, now this can be written in this way. I want this less than epsilon. Okay, x square upon 5x plus mod x, and we are approaching x from right. So what is mod x? Mod x equal to x. Okay, so now this is nothing but x square by 6x. So x gets cancelled, so you will get x by 6. Okay, I want this less than epsilon, and whenever mod x is less than delta, so what should I take? Delta, tell me. If I bring 6 on this side, so therefore this is less than epsilon, x square if and only if mod x by 6 less than epsilon, if and only if mod x is less than 6 times epsilon, but mod x is less than delta. So take delta equal to 6 epsilon, then delta greater than 0. Why delta greater than 0? The reason is this: epsilon is positive, and if I multiply epsilon by 6, then that number is also positive. So now let me put all this together. Therefore, for every epsilon greater than 0, there exists delta equal to 6 epsilon greater than 0, such that mod x is 0 less than mod x less than delta. This implies that x square upon 5x plus mod x, this is less than epsilon, or you can say that limit x tends to 0 plus equal to 0. Now I am giving you in homework. Find limit x tends to 0 minus x square upon 5x plus mod x if exist. Vaibhav, tell me. Vaibhav, can you hear me? Abhay,
Yes, sir.
is this limit exist?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what will be the answer of this limit?
0.
0. And what is your delta?
4 epsilon.
Yes, very good. Now let me take one theorem. This is a very important theorem. The statement is this: suppose f is monotonically increasing or strictly increasing function, not monotonically. Let f from AB to R. F is a mapping from open interval AB to R be strictly increasing. Increasing function and C belongs to open interval AB. Prove that f of C minus and f of C plus always exist, and f of C minus is equal to supremum x less than C fx, which is less than or equal to f of C less than or equal to infimum x greater than C. Fx is equal to f of C plus. So now see the statement: f is strictly increasing function. Then I want to show that this limit exists, and I want to establish this inequality. See, so let us see the strategy of the proof. See, f is a function from open interval AB to R, and it is strictly increasing. What does this mean? Strictly increasing, what does this mean? Whenever your x1, x and x1, x2 belongs to open interval AB, then fx1 strictly less than fx2. See, this is the precise meaning of, let me take these two elements from open interval AB with x1 less than x2. This implies that fx1 is strictly less than fx2. This is the meaning of strictly increasing function. Okay, f is such type of function. I want to prove that fc minus 1 and fc plus exist. Okay, and actually f of c minus is nothing but supremum of this set. Okay, so now note that f, what is f? See, this is point C. Okay, so this is point A and this is point B. Now look at this. What is f of C minus? F of, this is my claim actually. First of all, this should exist, and this is nothing but supremum of this set. So now let me consider this set. I want to prove this thing. Okay, so what should I consider? So if I consider this set, let me take A is of the form fx such that x is in this set, x less than C. So x belongs to this. Okay. Now tell me why A is non-empty. There are infinitely many points in A. So clearly A is non-empty. Clearly A is a subset of R. The reason is this: F is a mapping from open interval EB to R. So all Fx are in R. So it is a non-empty subset of R. Why A is bounded? So for all x with x less than c, what is the relation between fx and fc? Fx is less than f of c, and this is true for all x. Okay, what does this mean? Therefore fc is an upper bound of set A. So LUB of A exists, or supremum of A exists. Let's say this supremum to be alpha. Do you understand, Shreyansh? Now,
Yes,
see
sir.
what I want to show. This supremum is equal to f of c minus. This is my claim now. I have taken supremum equal to alpha. I want to show that f of c minus इक्वल टू अल्फा. ये कैसी चीज है? ठीक है, मैं आपको समझा रहा हूँ. मुझे तो पहले ये एग्जिस्ट करनी चाहिए, और ये एग्जिस्टेंस कितना हो, दिस वैल्यू मस्ट बी इक्वल टू द सुप्रीमम. तो मुझे ये सुप्रीमम होने के लिए पहले तो ये एग्जिस्ट तो होनी चाहिए ना, तो ही हम कह सकते हैं कि ये एग्जिस्ट करती है और उसकी वैल्यू इतनी है. ये कैसा है कि आपको भूख लगी है, अभय को भूख लगी है, नवसारी में घूम रहा है, शाम के 7 साढ़े 7 बज गए हैं, तो रेस्टोरेंट के सामने से निकलता है, तो उसको पंजाबी खाने का मन हो रहा है, तो उसको पहले क्या चेक करना चाहिए अभय?
पैसा है कि नहीं।
हाँ, पैसे का एग्जिस्टेंस चेक करना चाहिए. तो ये दोनों सेम बताने के लिए मुझे पहले इसका एग्जिस्टेंस चेक करना चाहिए ना. तो मैंने ये एग्जिस्टेंस बता दिया कि ये कितना है, अल्फा है. तो अब मुझे क्या प्रूव करना है? एफ ऑफ सी माइनस इक्वल टू अल्फा. बट नाउ व्हाट इज एफ ऑफ सी माइनस? ये क्या है? लिमिट x टेंस टू c माइनस एफ एक्स. ठीक है, ये मुझे क्या बताना है? अल्फा है. इस ये लिमिट की वैल्यू कितनी है? अल्फा है. मुझे ये अब प्रूव करना है. क्लियर? तो मुझे ये अल्फा बताने के लिए फ्रॉम वेयर आई शुड बिगिन अभय?
एप्सिलॉन ग्रेटर देन 0.
यस, वेरी गुड. वी वांट टू फाइंड आउट डेल्टा ग्रेटर देन 0. ये तो मैं समझा रहा हूँ, ठीक है, मैं पूरी प्रूफ था. वांट टू डेल्टा ग्रेटर देन 0 so that whenever 0 less than aim is to find such that this is left limit, so we are approaching from left. We are approaching from left to point C. Okay, so C minus delta C minus delta less than x less than C. This implies that fx minus alpha, this should less than epsilon. I want to find out such delta. Clear? So now epsilon is positive. Okay, already I have one number alpha. So tell me, what is the relation between alpha minus epsilon and alpha? Clear? What is alpha?
Yes, sir.
Supremum of fx. So what does this mean? Since this is a LUB, supremum means LUB. Therefore, alpha minus epsilon cannot be an upper bound of A. What does this mean? There exists some x less than c such that fx is less than alpha minus epsilon. क्लियर? समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? x की जगह
आ रहा है
मुझे
सर।
fx1
यस
बोल
सर।
दो। ठीक है, फाइन। अभी देखिए, मुझे तो डेल्टा फाइंड करना है, तो मुझे यहाँ तो पॉइंट मिल गया, और डेल्टा कैसा चाहिए? ये तो मुझे x1 मिल गया कि सर दैट x1 देयर एग्जिस्ट। यहाँ पे मुझे ऐसे लिखना चाहिए x1 such that x1 less than c and fx1 is less than alpha minus epsilon. हमारा एम तो क्या है? क्या है बताइए? डेल्टा फाइंड करना है ना। तो यहाँ से हम पॉजिटिव नंबर, और डेल्टा पॉजिटिव भी होना चाहिए, तो मुझे क्या कैसे मिलेगा? मुझे तो x1 मिला, तो हम इसमें से कहीं कुछ निकाल सकते हैं पॉजिटिव नंबर। अबे क्या लेना चाहिए? व्हाट शुड आई टेक डेल्टा? प्लीज टेल मी।
पता नहीं सर।
पता नहीं चला? अरे यार बहुत इजी है ये। इफ यू ब्रिंग x1 ऑन राइट साइड देन दिस बिकम्स पॉजिटिव c माइनस
अच्छा,
x।
हाँ हाँ।
मैं
c माइनस x1।
मैं बहुत डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन पूछता ही नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि आप घबरा जाते हो ना, इसलिए मैं डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछता हूँ। आप टेंशन में आ जाते हो, ऐसा काम मुझे नहीं करना है, आप टेंशन में आ जाओ ऐसा। तो क्या लेना
हाँ,
चाहिए बताओ अब?
c माइनस x1।
हाँ, अब समझ गए आप। Since x1 less than c, c minus x1 greater than 0, और ये मैंने एक नंबर निकाल दिया। अभी तो बहुत इजी है, अभी तो मुझे इतना ही प्रूव करना है। नाउ टेक c माइनस डेल्टा लेस देन x लेस देन c। ठीक है, वी शो दैट ये क्या हो जाएगा? मॉड्यूलस ऑफ एफ एक्स माइनस अल्फा लेस देन, ये मुझे शो करना है। यहाँ से मैंने शुरुआत की है। ठीक है भाई, और ये बताने के लिए आपको क्या बताना होगा? अल्फा माइनस एप्सिलॉन लेस देन एफ एक्स लेस देन अल्फा प्लस एप्सिलॉन, ये प्रूव करना होगा। समझ में आ रहा है बात कि नहीं आ रही है? नाउ
आ रही
सी
है सर।
डेल्टा लेस देन एक्स लेस देन सी। Now, since f is strictly increasing, if I apply f on this inequality, inequality remains same. What is c minus delta? From this you can find out c minus delta. x1 क्या है? नहीं है x1?
x1
ठीक है, और f of c की वैल्यू कितनी है? पता नहीं है भाई, ये
डेल्टा
पता
प्लस
है?
x1। डेल्टा प्लस x1।
लेकिन एक बात आप बता सकते हैं, ठीक है, ये मैं कंसिडर नहीं करता, ये मैं आई विल कीप दिस डेल्टा प्लस x1 होगा, लेकिन ये मुझे नहीं रखना है, ठीक है, मैं ऐसे ही रहने देता हूं। तो देखिए fx को मैं ऐसे ही रहने देता हूं, आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है ना? I will keep this as it is. Now from A, A में से आप ये लिख सकते हैं fx1, अरे I should write not on, see here I have made mistake, I should write alpha minus epsilon less than fx1, ठीक है। fx1 से कौन छोटा है? अल्फा माइनस, और दिस इज लेस देन fx, क्लियर? बट समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है? fx less than or equal to alpha. Why this is true? Because alpha is LUB. देखिए यहाँ पे अल्फा क्या है? LUB है। तो ये fx लेस देन और इक्वल टू क्या होगा? अल्फा फॉर ऑल x लेस देन c। तो हमारा x तो लेस देन c ही है, देखिए। तो ये fx लेस देन और इक्वल टू क्या होगा? समझ में आई बात अभय?
हाँ सर।
तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? हो गया? तो ये है स्ट्रेटेजी,
हो गया सर।
ठीक है। तो मुझे कंसिडर क्या करना चाहिए, कहाँ से प्रूफ स्टार्ट करनी चाहिए? आई शुड कंसिडर सेट ए। तो मैं पहला पार्ट आपको पहले प्रूफ करके बताता हूँ। सो फर्स्ट वी शो दैट f of c minus exists. So for this consider the set a equal to set of all fx such that x is less than c. Clearly a is non-empty, a is subset of R. Now for all x belongs to AB with x less than c implies fx less than f of c. Reason is this: f is strictly increasing. So this implies that f of c is an upper bound of set A, or therefore A is non-empty bounded above subset of R. Since R has LUB property, LUB of A exists in R. So now let alpha equal to LUB of this set, or next my claim is this: f of c minus is equal to alpha for limit x tends to c minus fx is equal to supremum x less than c fx equal to alpha. Now I want to show this. So now I should begin with epsilon greater than 0. We want to find out delta greater than 0 such that c minus delta less than x less than c. This implies that fx minus alpha less than epsilon. Note that fx less than or equal to alpha for all x in AB with x less than c, or you may just write here c. Clear? The reason is this: alpha is LUB. Clear? Note that alpha minus epsilon less than alpha and alpha equal to LUB x less than c fx. Therefore, LUB means least upper bound. So this cannot be an upper bound of this set. Okay, so there exists x1 belongs to open interval a to c such that alpha minus epsilon less than fx1. Let me say this to be 1. Now x1 is less than c. Therefore, c minus x1 is positive. So take delta equal to c minus x1, then delta greater than 0. So we show that whenever c minus delta less than x less than c, this implies that fx minus alpha less than epsilon. Now consider c minus delta less than x less than c. I apply f on this inequality. The reason is this: f is strictly increasing. Now this implies that what is c minus delta? F of x1. This is less than fx. The reason is this: c minus delta equal to x1. So now fx1, alpha minus epsilon less than fx1 less than fx, reason 1. This implies that alpha minus epsilon less than fx1 less than fx less than or equal to alpha less than alpha plus epsilon. Reason कहाँ पे मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है? Let me say this to be a. क्या लिख सकते हैं यहाँ पे? So this implies that fx minus alpha less than epsilon. See, so I have begun with epsilon greater than 0. I have found delta greater than 0, so that whenever c minus delta less than x less than c implies fx minus alpha is less than epsilon. तो ये मैंने पहला पोर्शन प्रूव कर दिया, ठीक है। देखिए ये हो गया। क्लियर, ये यहां तक का हो गया। ये दिस इज लेस देन और इक्वल टू एफ सी, सिंस एक्स इज लेस देन सी। क्लियर, and f is strictly increasing. Clear? तो ये half of the proof is complete. Okay, so now we stop our discussion since you have lecture on 2:30. So the remaining part of the proof we will see in the next lecture. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So goodbye.
Goodbye, sir.